Hey guys, what's up? Tori here. So I'm here to do a quick 2-month update on Bowen and just kind of 2-month postpartum and how everyone is doing. Currently it's nap time, everyone is sleeping. Bowen is down here. I'll show him to you quick. He's squirming a little bit and Braylee's over here. She's going snoring. So we're doing kind of a all together nap time right now, so this is why it's kind of a good time for me to quick do this video. So first, just gonna go ahead and update on everything that is Bowen. We just had his well child today actually, so I know his exact weight and everything. So he is 12 pounds 11 ounces, or in the 58th percentile for his weight. And then he was 21, almost 22 inches. And that put him at the 6th percentile for his height, which honestly, he is, Braylee always trended shorter too, and he's just trending shorter as well. Height really does not run in either my family or Matt's family, so the fact that they're both running short is just pretty much normal. So it's just kind of genetically what is there for him. So that's how big he is. Overall, he is doing great. He is very healthy, very happy. He is such a happy, chill baby. I really cannot complain. He is such a good baby. He really only cries when he's hungry or when he's tired. He does tend to be a little fussier in the evenings, but otherwise, like, he's just overall very good. And I love him. And yeah, my little sleepy boy there. Sweet sleepy boy. He eats like a horse. Like, he's actually, like, just in the last couple days have been starting to go like bigger stretches, but like for a while there it was like I was happy if we made it to 2 hours in between nursing, because there would be times he would like want to eat like every hour and a half. So for the most part now he's down to eating like every 2 to 3 hours, sometimes even a little longer. Just depending. So we're finally kind of getting to that point with him, which is good, because for him to start going longer stretches would be kind of ideal for when I have to return to work. So hopefully we can continue along on that. He is super strong. He holds his head up like with no problem. He honestly has been holding his head up pretty good pretty much from birth. Like, he has always tried holding his head up, and he holds his head up super good. When doing tummy time, if you lay him on the floor, like, he'll lift his head up once in a while, but otherwise he pretty much just lays there and chills. He's kind of lazy about it. But like when I lay him across my lap and put him like against my chest, like, he'll do tummy time better that way, and he'll like hold his head up like the whole time and look around and stuff. But on the floor, he just lays there and chills. He's lazy. So I don't know, but he is super strong and doing great. With that, he is, in the last couple of weeks, has been getting so smiley, and he will do like little coos and stuff when he talks, and it's just so sweet. I love it, and I love his little smile. Like, it just kind of lights up his whole face. And yeah, it's been, that part has been fun to kind of start seeing to come out of him. As far as size things goes, I just moved him into 2 diapers because he kept trying to blow out of the 1s. So I was like, you know what, I'm just moving him to 2s. And clothing wise, he pretty much is 3-month clothes. He can still do some 0 to 3, just depending on like style, brand of clothing. And then he can also do some 3 to 6. Again, depending on style, brand of clothing, but for the most part, he's kind of like in 3-month stuff. So anywhere from 0 to 3 to 3 to 6 is what he can use, but for the most part, he's in 3-month. He is starting to like the bath better. He didn't always like the bath a whole lot. But he is starting to like it better now, which is good. He doesn't scream as bad through it. So we are loving that. That's pretty much everything I can think to say to update on Bowen. I guess updates on Braylee down there snoring away. um, so Braylee absolutely loves Bowen. She does so good with him. She calls him her Bobo baby. That's what he is to her. And she comes and gives him hugs and kisses all the time. She always acts so concerned for him. She never wants me to like leave the car seat anywhere. She's always like, take the baby, take the baby. And I'm like, don't worry, I'll take the baby. And yeah, so she is always very concerned about him. She loves to hold him. She loves him. She really adores him, and she is so cute and so sweet with him. And she herself is finally adjusting to having him around and is doing better herself for a while. We had a stretch for a while there where she was like being awake at night, like literally would wake up in the middle of the night and just be up for like 2 to 3 hours, and we would be fighting her to go back to sleep, and we couldn't get her to go back to sleep. And she's finally been sleeping through the night again, probably for like the last almost 2 weeks now, which is so good. Like, we're so happy about that. And bedtime, she still will sometimes battle at bedtime, but she's starting to do better with that too. We're working on that with her. So hopefully by the time I go back to work, we got both kids doing good. I guess I should update on that one with Bowen too. He had started sleeping through the night for a couple nights, and then he had a couple of nights where he was waking up like once at night to nurse, and now the last 2 nights he's basically slept through the night. The night before it was like 5 in the morning before he got up. And today he made it until 8:30 in the morning before he woke up. So hopefully we're on a trend of him sleeping through the night as well. And that both kids will be completely sleeping through the night all the time by the time I go back to work. That's kind of the goal I got, just to make things easier on me for going back to work. But yeah, so yeah, she is starting to do much better. I mean, she's still her sassy, independent little self and fearless little self, but that's just never going to change because that's just her personality. But she overall is doing much better and is doing good as well, so that is great. Matt is an amazing daddy. He's really stepped up a lot, especially with stuff with Braylee, so that way I can tend to Bowen mostly with breastfeeding him. So that's amazing, and I love watching Matt as a daddy. He is really a great daddy, and he does so good, and I'm so blessed and thankful to have him. And then now, as far as me postpartum, I had my postpartum visit almost 2 weeks ago now, and everything's healed up good. I'm doing great from that standpoint. I got my IUD put back in. I'm pretty sure I got my first period just shortly after getting my IUD put back in, because like I had a little bit of spotting after my IUD got put back in, and then like I had nothing, and then all of a sudden I got like pretty much what was a period, and I'm pretty sure it was my period, unless like it was just post bleeding from getting my IUD put back in, who knows. But yeah, so that's great. And overall I'm feeling really good. Honestly, my biggest struggle I'm having right now is just dealing with losing the baby weight, because I definitely put on more weight with Bowen than I did with Braylee. Granted, Bowen was a bigger baby, but so I definitely have more to lose this time, and seeing the number on the scale, like, it just frustrates me and honestly makes me like depressed right now. Like, it is messing with me mentally so much, and I'm trying so hard, and I feel like I'm having no success. So I'm just trying really hard to just get myself really good on track and just drop as much of the baby weight as I can. Even if I can't be back to like what I was like before I had either of my kids, like if I can at least get back down to like where I was kind of comfortable, like honestly I'd be okay with getting back down, like even into like my lowest was between 160 and 165 was my lowest I had ever seen. But if I don't get back down to that, I'd be okay. Like, I'd honestly be okay with getting back down even like to like the 170s, is kind of my goal at this point right now. So I'm trying to take it just one day at a time and just trying to do my absolute best. The weather's finally acting spring-like around here in Michigan, so I'm hoping to be able to. So we've been getting outside a lot the last couple of days. I'm hoping to just continue that, getting outside as much as we can, and all of that. And just being as active as we can. So like that's my goal, is just be as active as possible and just eat as best as I can and just honestly do my best, and hopefully the results will show and will happen. So that's just kind of where I'm struggling the most right now, and it's mostly mentally I'm struggling. Like I am beating myself up a lot, which I know I shouldn't be. I should give myself grace, because obviously my body went through a lot. It, grew a baby and carried a baby and an actual like normal full size baby instead of like Braylee, who was just a teeny tiny little peanut. So my body did a lot and went through a lot, and I went through childbirth again, and so it's like I do know I have to give myself some grace, but it still is just it's a mental battle. So that's where I'm struggling the most. But otherwise, overall, I'm feeling really good and doing good. As a family, we are doing well. We are adjusting and getting things figured out one day at a time. I am nervous for going back to work. My first day back to work is going to be on May 3. So I'm nervous about it, because I'm nervous about leaving him, because I have, other than going to my postpartum appointment for that like 1 hour that I was gone, I have never left him. So leaving him is going to definitely be a challenge. I'm obviously used to leaving Braylee now, but I'm also just kind of worried about getting both of them adjusted to me being back at work. And I'm worried that, we'll go backwards with things and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of nerves with going back to work and stuff. And there's like a huge part of me that wishes I didn't have to go back to work, but also I definitely think I need it, and financially our family does need it too. So I mean, it's something that does need to happen, even though I'm not entirely wanting to. I do hope to someday, at least. Like right now I'm full-time. I have to stay full-time for a little while in order to get all my maternity leave pay. But I am kind of hoping that someday that maybe I can go down to part-time. Just so that way I can be home with our kids a little bit more. So we'll just kind of, we're just going to kind of see and play that one by ear and see what happens. But yeah. So, and also just kind of another thing to update on Braylee, we have not started potty training her yet. I don't think it's something I'm going to tackle till after I go back to work, just to kind of get us all adjusted to me being back at work. And then once things seem to be going well and we're in a good routine, then maybe I'll start working on that with Braylee. But for now, it's not something I'm ready to tackle. She sometimes shows signs that she's ready, but she doesn't quite seem 100% ready for it either. So, yeah, that's something that we'll keep working on. Braylee's almost 2.5, so I mean, it still would be kind of considered maybe a little early to start with her. I think most people start between 2.5 and 3 is when they start potty training. Most people, I think, are closer to 3. But yeah, so we're hoping, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much all the updates I have for you guys on how things are at this 2-month mark. Overall, we are doing well overall. I cannot complain, and I am thankful and happy and blessed. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!